gosh, there's a lot happening.
We've got the first issue out, and it seems to be
people
like it.
We're trying for, and this is more on Gunther's end as far as drawing, because my job is pretty much done as far as writing it. My next job is pitching it and trying to sell it to a company and really selling comics here and try to sell as many as we can. But his job is, we've kind of said maybe every 2 months we'll have a new release. So, maybe another month and a half from now or a month from now, issue 2 will be out. And then 2 months from then, 3. And then after all 6 issues are out, we're going to be doing a pressing of a graphic novel, and 150-page graphic novel. There might even be more pages because we might include a bunch of sketches and behind-the-scenes stuff and interviews and all kind of stuff. And so that will hopefully be premiering at the next Denver Comic-Con, which is next year around June. I just finished another script, and I have another artist working on that, and that'll be under the Ruby Carriage title. And then I'm actually working on another script right now, so I have one I just finished and one that I've started on recently, and so those hopefully should be done those will probably be original graphic novels, not comic form. They'll probably be about 64-page graphic novels, and they'll be done probably before the Denver Comic-Con. But the next Denver Comic-Con, there should be like 3 graphic novels from the Ruby Carriage banner. We've actually kind of reached out to everybody we've sold to and said, my email address is in there. Email me a little blurb of what you think of the comic after you read it. And I've gotten so many responses, and the biggest one is, my only regret is that I want to read more. I'm like, are you kidding me? I wish we had the whole thing done, but.
Well, if you want, you can plug the email thing in the video.
Oh yeah, it's just RyanDavisArt@gmail.com. But if you end up buying one, give me a little sentence or paragraph or whatever about what you think, or what what we could change, or any advice or criticism or anything, or just a little review about the book, and we'll put it on our website. We'll have a whole section of reviews, and you put your name, and if you have a website that you do, whatever, we'll put the website on there and to kind of promote you. But we really want to have we really want a bunch of reviews from our customers or our fans, basically, because that's going to help us get picked up and signed and published. It's been overwhelming because we thought we'd just make a little comic and sell it at the store, and it'd be like, we'd sell 2 every 6 months maybe or something. But we had an initial print run of 200, and I'd say 25 to 50 of those are, they get damaged or misprinted or, whatever, you hold them aside or for whatever. And then we'd probably give out 25 to 50. So there's probably about 100 copies of this book, and that's it, give or take, maybe 150. But and we're down to half of that now. So we only have half left, and but pretty soon here, when the website's really up and running, we got everything smoothed out with the website, we're gonna actually have this first issue for free, so people can download it and put it on their iPhones or iPads or whatever. And then if you want a signed copy, we'll sell them for $5 or whatever. Or if we might even have, if you buy the hard copy, you'll get a code in it, and you can go get a free copy. But we want to make it available to everybody, and then the hard copy is basically a collector's item, because we actually have Gunther's family, and we actually have family that is published in, I think, Oni and Image, and there's a couple other things. So I think we have a really good chance to be published, and we hope we can be published. But so this is kind of in our minds like a little collector's item, because we have some indie books that we've bought over the years that people are actually published now, and they're big, and it's wow, we have this book, it's not even, and they're actually super rare, and some stuff that we have of these guys, are super expensive now because you can't find those indie, their first pressing stuff anymore. So we're hoping, we don't care if it gets super rare, but we we want everybody to have a copy, and you know, hopefully, you know, this will be kind of like a little memento of our self-publishing days after we're published.
So for one last question before we go, like you were talking about how most people, they say they're artists or filmmakers, but they really just need to just do something, you know, just need to take that first step.
Yeah.
Like, what other advice would you have for people like that?
Just do it. I think even if it's terrible, just write it. You know, like, and write it in any way you know. Like, if you have a story and you've never written a comic book, and you've kind of written stories in school in English class or whatever, you know, write a story like that. Write a little novel, and then you can convert it later, or have a comic writer convert it for you. But just write or draw. You know, even if it's terrible, even if it's stick figures. If you draw a book, I mean, you have a script and you draw it in stick figures, you have a book done. Even if it's in stick figures, it's done. And that's, you know, 100% more than most people. Don't ever get discouraged. I mean, look, I have a full-time job working at a comic store, which a lot of people think it's laid back and, you know, you don't do anything all day, you just read comics. But I haven't read a comic here in 2.5 years. I mean, there's so much work to be done in the comic store, and I'm so tired by the end of the day. But I go home and I write. I have a 2-year-old, which is a full-time job. You know, I'm married. I have a house, and you know, it's like that's a lot of work. And so people that, you know, come up to me like, yeah, but I work, or I have a kid. It's like, yeah, everybody does. So what? Like, you know, just do it. You know, and if you want something bad enough in this business, you have to just keep going. And I wouldn't say even do one project, and that's kind of why we set up the Ruby Carriage thing, is because we didn't want to make a Velvet Garden website, because we have 3 books in this series. We'd have to like make 3 different websites, you know, for just this little series. Plus I have 2 other books coming out pretty soon. And so we thought, let's just make like this studio banner kind of thing, and everything can go under this banner of Ruby Carriage. And so do that same thing. Just start a website. I think it's like $10 on GoDaddy or whatever. And you just, you know, you set up a website, and you can even actually set up a blog for free. You know, you set up a blog, and that's basically a website, but you do, you know, whatever, and write, draw, and go get a comic printed. You know, there's actually a preview of this that we first did for a sci-fi Galaxy Fest convention earlier in the year, and I fronted the money for that, and it wasn't that much, but it was all black and white, and it was real crappy. It was like, you know, there was no gray tones, there was actually no lettering. It was just like this little preview that we made actually to fund this, and we just did it really fast, and probably people are pissed off that they bought it, that it looks so bad now. You know, we just made it so that we could, all the money we made funded this, and then all the money, so we basically didn't pay for this, and then I made my money back, so I didn't pay anything. Then all the money we're making from this, I hold into an account, and luckily he trusts me with the money. I just hold it into an account, and then when second printing or second issue needs to be printed, I just pull all that money out, take a couple $100, we print the second issue. We aren't spending anything, and we aren't making anything. No, we never take a cent in our pockets for these. I mean, he's done sketches, and you know, I got stickers printed up, and we've done color and design work, and everything is basically for the love of doing it and to get our names out there and to get published. We haven't taken one penny for ourselves. We haven't even bought like drawing supplies or writing supply. We haven't bought anything with the money we've made from this. Everything goes back into printing the next issue. And so, you know, I feel good about that, because then people don't feel like we're just pocketing the money and going to, like, you know, celebrate or something. It's like, we don't see a dime of this money or a penny of it. We just, but you can feel good, because every person that buys one of these, it actually helped print the next copy. But yeah, I definitely think people should just follow their dreams. I know everybody says that, but it's true. I mean, I was at the Denver convention, and I was sitting on a panel, like a DC Vertigo panel, and somebody asked, like, what do you guys suggest to become famous, and or, you know, become published or whatever? get your work out there. And I think this is the way. You know, you could all day long you could send stuff into Marvel and DC, but what are the chances that one person out of they probably get 500 things a day from 500 different people a day, and what are the chances that you'll be posted? It doesn't matter if you're like the most beautiful artist. You know, they'd have to weed through all those and then find you and then find a project for you. So if you already have this project, you already have like this is like a portfolio basically, and you know, you print up a certain amount and then you give like half of them away. That's your promotion. I mean, I really feel like I think music is the same way. I think you need to give a certain amount away to get fans, and then you sell a certain amount, and so and you get more fans, and you do interviews, and you start a website, and you just we have stickers and we plaster them everywhere we can. But I think good promotion and good publicity and good just getting your name out there is one of the best things you can do after you have your product done. But I don't think sending stuff into Marvel or DC or trying to make it big time in the music business or anywhere. I think you should do an independent project, and then somebody will find you or send it in a finished product. But you just send in pieces of art, or you send in one song to a label. They're gonna say you have one song, or who is this guy? Or but if there's an industry guy and he's sitting in a bar and he hears like the CD playing and it's your CD, he might go, man, this is awesome. Or a filmmaker, and they go, man, this music, I want to use this, and right then you got a hook. But if you're handing a CD to a filmmaker and saying, here, listen to my record, they'd probably laugh and go, sorry dude, I don't want to take this. But but yeah, everything in this industry is word of mouth, and who you know. So basically make friends, give a bunch out to the big time people, sell to as many people as you can, and just get the product done. Like I said, even if it's scribbles and stick figures, if you have a product, you'll get picked up somehow, or you'll get noticed somehow.
Is there any way they can order it online? Or?
Yeah, we'll have it on the website. We'll have signed copies on the website. We might include like a little bonus thing with it coming up here, so you get like even more of a package if you order online. But yeah, well,
at the moment, is there anywhere?
At the moment, there's nowhere you can order it except come in and pick it up. But you could probably put all the information for the store. And they could even like email the store or email me and just say, my email. You could put my email on there, and you can actually email me, and I'll send it out if you live in a different state or whatever. But we will have it downloadable for free pretty soon here in the next month or two.
Well, thank you, Ryan. For your inspirational words.
All right.
So once again, Velvet Garden. Everybody at home should stop by Escape Velocity, pick up a copy.